Hello, 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 and my name is White. Welcome to White Out, the Black History Experience, where I like to share with you a little Black history, yes, Black excellence, and sometimes Black issues, as well as talk to you about other cultures that continue to assist us in the fight. Now, I want to just talk to you a little about rest in peace, Prince Philip. He's gone. I believe he was 99 years old. Rest in peace, DMX, a rapper, a well-known rapper who died at the age of 50. And also what's going on big time in the news is this trial. A lot of people call it George Floyd trial, but it really is concerning the murder, the killing of George Floyd. And the person who is on trial is really Derek Chauvin. He's really the one who's on trial. Now, some people were upset and saying a lot of times the people that were onlookers, why didn't they do anything? Why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you do anything? I don't know about anybody else, but when people were standing around and couldn't do anything but yell and tell them to stop, if anything, anybody know the culture, especially back in slavery, I don't believe that the slaves wanted to see different ones of their loved ones being beat, abused, or used, but their hands were invisibly tied. And it seemed like the people that surrounded him, their hands were invisibly tied, invisibly tied. So it's easy for all of us to say, why didn't these people stop when when George Floyd was being done to, why didn't they stop him? I believe those who have gone on, our ancestors, anybody that could have done anything, they would have. And I think even in this case, those who could have done something, they would have. But their hands were invisibly tied. When I think about this trial, and I think about also George Floyd, I know he's not on trial, but because of so many things are said about him, to almost give you that sense of, was it worth us saying he shouldn't be killed? And I say, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. So I hope to tie this in with the poem that I'm going to read today. See, I told you April is Poetry Month, and I want to talk to you about a few poets that you don't know, or maybe you know of, but let me talk to you about this person. His name is Ralph Ellis. And Ralph Ellis was born March 1st, 1914. And he passed away April 16th, 1994. He was a novelist, a scholar, and yes, he did poetry and more. He wrote a book it was a novel by the name of Invisible Man. Now, this is a prologue that I would like to read to you, and it makes me feel as a lot of African American men and African American people keep saying this, and I'm hoping one day we don't have to say this. Before I read the poem, let me share something with you. It was a comedian, and I'm sorry I can't think of his name right now, but he's a very wonderful comedian, and he talked about his relationship with his white friend. And I love something he said. He said that my white friend, who is Jewish, don't have to change, nor do I have to. He doesn't have to be black, and I don't have to be Jewish. We just have to enjoy each other where we are. He enjoys me for the person I am, and I enjoy him for the person he is. I love that he said nobody has to get a card or a ticket or be invited or uninvited to any kind of picnic, but just enjoy who I am. I have a friend, and I always say he's my brother from another mother, and his wonderful, wonderful wife. And I'm glad that they see me as an African American, and I'm glad that I see them as white, but that doesn't make a difference. What makes a difference is our wonderful friendship that's including in it, not despite of. I'm an African American sister from another mother, and vice versa. He's a white man, which is my brother, from another mother. He doesn't have to change over, and I don't have to change over. So now let me go back to why I say about George Floyd in this poem written by Ralph Ellison. I am an invisible man. No, I'm not a spook like those who haunted Edgar Allan Poe. Nor am I one of those Hollywood movies ectoplasms. I am a man of substance, of flesh and bone, fiber and liquids. And I might even be said to possess a mind. I am invisible. Understand simply because people refuse to see me. I hope one day we'll get where we will fight for an African American man and the justice that will be served, hopefully in this court, than we have for even our pets. We already know if a pet is killed or a pet is tortured, you might as well forget it. You're going to do big time. How much more for African American life, no matter what he was into or not into? One day we're going to truly be able to love each other and still be who we are. Not to prove anything. Let me read this again. I am an invisible man. No, I'm not a spook like those who haunted Edgar Allan Poe. Nor am I one of your Hollywood movie ectoplasms. I am a man of substance, of flesh and bone, fiber and liquids. And I might even be said to possess a mind. I am invisible. Understand simply because people refuse to see me. I hope that we get one day that when things like this happen to an African American person, that we don't hear all their background. When they took their first cookie from the cookie jar, what about this and what about that? But justice should be served. Justice. Then we will no longer feel like it's just us. Then we can truly love one another and no longer be invisible. And then when it matters, we're visible. Let's be visible through all our living and our journey. Let's be visible. I hope I may have said something dealing with the poet and the novelist and so much more. Ralph Ellison. Check him out. Ralph Ellison. If you know him, put a comment. Tell me something of his you read. But if you didn't, then I hope you pass it to someone else, and then to someone else, and to someone else. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's be visible, no longer invisible. Okay? All right. Listen, y'all know what I like to say. And since I'm kind of holding my phone, I'm going to do without the hands. Because I need y'all to know. I am, no matter what, Black excellence. And you know what? Whoever you are looking at me right now, you are excellent too. Please have a great coming week. Do your best, be your best to yourself as well as others. That's my goal. All this sunshine ain't raining on me for nothing. Have a good one. Good night.